tomorrow's one-year anniversary of the Stanley Cup riot, the city is looking back at one of the more heartwarming moments following the destruction. Some of the boards people used to write messages of regret and sadness now stand at the Museum of Vancouver, and that's where we find CTV's Brent Shear. Brent, tell us about this exhibit.
Well, Carrie, on the night of June 15th last year, we saw some of the worst in people, but then on June 16th, 17th, and beyond, some of the best in people, and some of that is right here behind me with some of these messages that people wrote on the boards. Behind me are the messages written on 15 of the boards that were taken from the Bay. They are among 70-plus boards here at the Vancouver Museum, and to talk more about what they're doing here is Amanda McQuaig from the museum. Now, these have been up for about a week now. Today's the official opening day, but in this past week, what have people been saying? What have people's thoughts been on these boards?
Well, it's been great to see people come in, particularly those who weren't actually downtown when it happened, to come in and see very different messages. And the boards themselves are a really interesting conversation about how people view that. See that, this interesting juxtaposition of someone who will write, "Welcome to the Roman Empire," and then a big cross out, and then all of these other messages of warmth for the police, for the Canucks, for the city.
Now, in the days and I guess months after, how did these wind up in the Vancouver Museum? You want to keep them?
Well, right after it happened, Joan Seidel, who's the director of collections here at the Museum of Vancouver, wrote a letter, sent it out to all the businesses, so it was the Bay, Sears, Pleasant Ranch Park, saying, when you're done, you could give the boards to us, donate the boards to the Museum of Vancouver. That would be great, and we would keep them for generations to see them.
And why is that important? It's a part of Vancouver's history, I guess, and not all of history is necessarily good.
It's true, but the great thing about what we do here is look at very honestly at what has happened. And the boards are really great because it gives such a very diverse viewpoint. There's comments about immigration, there's comments about what's happening in other countries, there's comments about hockey, there's comments about patriotism for the city and the love that people really have for Vancouver, and coming out in that sort of positive, we can do better. What are we going to see for Vancouver in the future, having gone through this?
Yeah, it turned into an interesting forum on the riot, the city, and really our society as a whole. And people will be able to see these boards and remember all those crazy things on night of June 15th and the good that came out of it and things we can learn from it right up until September 3rd. So right through the summer will be this exhibit. There's also a parallel exhibit in downtown at the Christchurch Cathedral, and that goes through this weekend. Back to you.